Alright, hello everyone, it's me Mix23 and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. In today's episode we are in the Nabreus Deadlands and want to go through the Nabreus Deadlands. I did already show you the location where we need to go over there. And that's where we continue the medallion side quest, which is basically our first priority while we are here. But yeah, a lot of stuff is going on here. This is an entirely optional and big optional area of the game, which is pretty cool. So is the Necrohol of Nabudis. But yeah, we need to get moving, I think. Oh, we already have foggy weather. That's a weather condition that can sometimes appear here. I'm not sure if this is the location where the, you know what can spawn. There's like an entite that can spawn here. I'm not sure if that's one of the areas it can spawn. I got Excalibur. Nice. I'm not sure if that's one of the areas where the enemy can spawn. It needs to be foggy weather for the entite to spawn, which is a common thing with all the entites. It always needs to be a specific weather condition. But first of all, let's get the map. Nice. Now, of course, there are also rare games that are to be hunted here. You can also already tell, like, undead enemies are the name of the game here. Also a lot of enemies that come with pre-applied status effects, which is also pretty nasty. Excalibur, dude. You cannot just give me Excalibur just like that. No wonder Gilgamesh is always running around with fakes. No wonder. Yeah, I get the impression that the entite is not here. I think it's called the Learmont entite, like after some kind of location in what is it called again? Vagrant Story. Like another one of those Ivadis games. Also, skeletons here are fairly big. They must have, yeah, they have good HP. Level 45 is actually the level I have, even though that's some kind of metric I never like to use. Like enemy level, like comparing enemy level and like own level is something I do not really like to do. Like that does not really lead to some kind of revelation in my opinion. It doesn't say much in my opinion. Okay, it's still foggy. I think this is one of the areas where Learmont entite can spawn. This is also one of the more useless areas in the entire game. There's really nothing here in Echoes of the Past, even though the name is super cool. Like, no hunt, no rare game? Actually, there's a rare game here, right? Or I think it was the other location. I think it was this year, the Slumber Meteor. Look, there's nothing here. There's like this like little area here, but I don't think there's anything else here. It could be that there is something for the fishing side quest, but that doesn't count. Like in general, I also like the entire idea behind oh, Big Turtle. I do like the entire idea behind the Nabreus Deadlands and of course also the Necrohol of Nabudis. Since oh, that's right, I was gonna say, what is this enemy? Since all of those areas are basically ground zeros that were destroyed during experiments with the, oh god, which shot was it? Dusk shot is the one we have, Dawn shot is the other one, Midlight shot, it must be the Midlight shot, I think. But yeah, Dr. Sid did send Judge Zekt here and like he did like order him to like use the Magicide's power, and it caused basically a fallout. And this is what is left of Nabradia. Also, luckily we don't have Judge Zekt in our party right now. Hint, hint. So he's probably not reliving any childhood trauma here. Like not really childhood trauma. But you know what I mean. To make matters more clear, Redas is Judge Zekt, in case you haven't noticed. It's a reveal that come later at the top of the Pharos. That's also why I wanted to do this with, oh, there we go. That's also why I wanted to do this with Redas in the party. It's pretty fitting. Oh, and we triggered it. It is called the Learmont entity. Entite. Oh no, not Firga. Oh, Firga is so annoying. Firga reduces your MP to like almost 0. Oh, we already killed it. I did not even realize we did that. Okay. Okay, that was this guy. Let's go the other way around. There's also a rare game in this area. Let me see. Also, there's something I want to try because Van does have bubble right now. What happens if I cast Curasa now? Does it cure 30% of his amount that he has now, or I cannot even see that? But how much did he have? I think it was 3,000 something. I don't think it does. I think it's actually based on the actual HP Van has. Not the bubble HP. But I also cannot really tell. Like, Van needs more damage for that. And bubble. Bacchus Wine is nice. I don't have that much Bacchus Wine. Dead bones. Yeah, I can see that he's dead because he's all bones. $79 gil. Nice. Treasure-wise, there's also nothing of importance here, I think. Someone is having shell over there. I hope that's my rare game that I'm searching for. No, that's just a skeleton. Never mind. Spooky, scary skeleton. Yeah, there's a 40% chance here that there's one of those like gremlin type enemies here. Like demon fiend kind enemies. And that's a trophy rare game. And thereby I want to get that one. Vanish. Focalors here are passive. Also very interesting. They only start attacking you once you attack them. I think we already defeated those guys in the Southern Cave Palace, but I just did kill one just for making sure. I got a Mithril Blade, interesting. I think rare game is not here. He would be over here, I think. But he isn't here right now. Also another new type of enemy, the Faux Bar. Could also be annoying, depending on what status effects they inflict. Emerald Titan again over there. I know hard to see because everything is covered in mist. Oh, I instantly killed him. Nice. Pretty nasty that the enemies here have status effects. But I also like that. It's about time that the enemies have like something more to offer. Okay, I'm not going to the secret area right away where Roblon is. I want to go to this location here, Hope's Reach. The location names in the Deadlands are pretty cool, by the way. Like, we already had Echoes of the Past. This is Hope's Reach, Veil of Lingering Sorrow, and The Fog Mutters, Overlooking Eternity. Like, very cool name. Those are like improved Final Fantasy names. Lifeless Strand, Field of the Fallen Lord. Like, those are like absolutely Final Fantasy names for locations. Like, it's about time that more of those pop up. Like, those are the endgame names for like areas in Final Fantasy games. I like that. Very poetic or so. And this location is also very pointless. It's just another connector to like the Slumber Meat. You can either go this way or you go this way. Yeah, there are some Backnami here. Could be a little bit tricky to traverse here under normal circumstances because there are also a lot of those guys here. You can already see some silhouettes here. Yeah, there we go. I think Backnami are much more known for being enemies in Final Fantasy Tactics or so. I think that's where they are primarily originating from. And I think otherwise they are this game's version of the normal goblin type enemy, because they also use goblin attack. So yeah, those are those two things they resemble, I think. Yeah, now we can go back here. Hopefully my rare game is here this time, but it's foggy again. Being foggy is not a condition for that rare game to spawn. Like, it's just a plain simple 40% chance, not more, not less. I got Marduin here, interesting. Oh, that's a dead bounce. Oh, I see him. There he is. Aha, okay. Okay, that confirms my thing that I wanted to try last time. You only need to zone one zone. That's also how I remembered it. But rare games not spawning was something that made me doubting my wisdom. So yeah. Here we go, Arioch. Look how big this guy is. Wow. But once again, not much to offer. We are making mincemeat out of him. And there we go. We get what trophy? I think some kind of, yeah, vengeful trophy. There we go. Nice. Okay. That's the first out of 2 rare games in this area. The other one we are about to get. But first off, let's go here. Because there's a safe crystal here. Nabreus crystal. Oh, it's a fake. It's our last crystal bug in the game. Like, a lot of enemies here are weak against Holy, interestingly. Okay, there we go. Crystal bucket down. And we get our normal save crystal. Perfect. Actually, teleport crystal even. Very nice. A crystal appears. Good. We can also teleport here now. Very nice. Don't need that right now. But, yeah. I take the heal. Okay, now we need to make it to this location, the fog mutters. And we can do that by using a hidden path that is like somewhere around the edges here. Emerald Titan is back. Emerald Titan is actually interesting if you like don't have enough Scarletites and already killed the like rare games that trophy rare games that yield Scarletite, because I think those guys are then the only source of Scarletite or so. Also, you can see we are going off the map. We are on the secret path now. Oh, he's already dead. Yeah, and the zone transition over here leads us to that one area on the map. And there are actually 2 things why we want to go here to Overlooking Eternity. And first of all is the hunt. The hunt Roblon we have accepted long ago. A derp trap, confuse. That's not good because Pinello picks a hell of a punch. She also has instant attack. No, don't kill my party members now. Thank you. Don't combo bash. Help. Okay. Okay, I think that is also good because I need to have a party member with like lower HP in this area. But the guy is not over here. Okay. But yeah, there's a rare game here that only spawns if one of your party members is below 20% health. And I think I might have triggered him. I'm not sure if I need to maintain that state on the character, the critical state or so. But I hope he just spawned now. Also, was it a Gilbug trap? I think the Gilbug trap did have that effect. I guess it was, because nothing else happened, from which I can see. But yeah, that one rare game here functions similar to Dustia in the West Ascent. Yeah, and there he is. He is that big zombie on the other side. Nice. He always spawns on one of the like zone entrances here. It's Velelu. Like he either spawns on that end of the you know what? Of the area on the other side where we entered. For me, he most often spawns in that location where he is now. But here, don't be afraid that he is so big. He doesn't bite. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but he shouldn't bite. I think he punches more. Look at this big guy. But yeah, Fainaru just killing that guy, nice. That guy is also not a trophy rare game, just a normal one. Nice, okay, now we're coming for the big event here. Okay, Roblon is here. Yeah, this area is pretty infamous. This is, Overlooking Eternity is subject to a lot of like farming and leveling and making money strategies. Because there's a nigh endless like army of those dead bones here. I hope those guys do not annoy me too much. I don't hope so. Yeah, those guys are plentiful here. And if you go too far ahead, you make more spawns, so you need to be careful. Also, Bash wants to go for Roblon already. I have something against that. Because like I said, I want to make steady progress here. Luckily our attacks seem to be pretty good. We should take them out fairly quickly. Under different circumstances, I would even recommend using like healing spells here, area of effect healing spells, to get rid of those guys faster. And the annoying thing about those guys is that they use Berserk in this randomizer, so that's something to look out for. And my whole party is Berserk now, except Redders. But hey, that also takes care of those guys much more quickly. The Roblon is over there, he's actually in front of the shrine. But yeah, since we have oh yeah, we have Berserk on all of our party members, we absolutely shred him to pieces. Like, it's also weak against Holy apparently. Like it was not a good choice to like Berserk my party members. Oh, never mind. One died. Bash has problems with very insufficient HP. Also, Roblon is a little bit annoying. He reduces my character's MP all the time with fear. That's something I do not enjoy. It might be worth to change my gambits to foul that targets or like foul with the highest max HP, but yeah, here we go. Bash doing combos like it's nothing. And that's Roblon, nice. Roblon vanquished. Easy peasy. Good, let's investigate the shrine, examine the shrine before more enemies appear. Actually, I cannot, wow. Do I need to leave again? Wow, that might be a thing actually, because I don't see an icon. Okay, I think I need to go out of here again. That might actually be a thing because Roblon was there. Let's see. Because usually I should be able to examine the shrine and the 3 new moves should appear again. And look at that, even more dead bounce. Those guys have a water weakness, interestingly. Okay, now we should be... yeah, now we trigger the cutscene. Good. Interesting how those things, like, override themselves at times. Like, the hunt takes priority before the cutscene here. Okay, now we get the last medallion, the Medallion of Bravery. Medallion of Love, and... we do get all 3 medallions because they, like, the power of those medallions is back. Also, we realized that those new moves were ghosts, apparently. And inside here is the last one. The Lusterless Medallion. Yeah, the Lusterless Medallion is, like, the last one we need to, like, restore power to. And we do that by using the other 2 medallions in the Necrohol of Nabudis. And defeating certain bosses. Oh, no, guys are stuck with defeating enemies here. Yeah, you can also see enemies are giving good XP. Yeah, 1000 is very good, actually. Yeah, pretty good location if you want to level up. And in the base game, they also drop good stuff to sell. There's one area to keep in mind. I can try Kirasa again. Okay, 3600, I think that was the amount last time. And 4700, that's 2000. He has 340. I guess that's, yeah, that must be really based on the bubble HP then. That's good to know. So I want to use Kirasa when I have bubble on myself. That's good to know. I need to remember that. Then again, it's always 30%, so also something to consider. Don't give me all those low-level weapons, they are annoying. Bash did one of his infamous combos again. Oh nice, you can also see, interesting, you can also see that area from over here. That's where we want to go next actually, over there. Also once again, I need to mention I like it that you can see like the other parts of the level from like different locations. Like you could see like this area here, the lifeless strand from the Fog Matters and vice versa, that's good. Great sense of spacing. Okay, for now let's focus on getting back to the save crystal. We're actually kind of done with the Nabreus Deadlands, which means we can now make our way for Nabudis. And do our business there. But I'm gonna tell you we have much more business in Nabudis than we have in the Deadlands here. Nabudis is a huge area, which has a lot of stuff going on. Also means I'm gonna save now. With 48 hours, approaching the 50 hours, and we will also probably get to 60 hours in this. It's still foggy, okay. But this shouldn't be an area where the Learmont entity spawns. But if we do get those horses here, the Lanier. We're also fairly big horses, as you can see. Those guys are also important for like Tornasoul again, because you can get like Vorgot bends from those guys. If you don't want to get them from Victornir. That's also a good question. How does a Victornir, or how does a Lanier go all the way to the Sensi to like become Victornir? Like that's a huge distance. Yeah, I like stuff like that. Just think about stuff like that. I find it very interesting to imagine how those enemies migrated and whatnot. Food for thought. Also, Bash needs to lead because Van does not really attack when he casts Samgil, okay. Also, yeah, my normal guild is like that, okay. I was looking at my overall guild because I wanted to know if I did step into guild bug traps or so. But I cannot see anything unusual, so might not have been guild traps or so. I guess then they all were those derp traps. Also nice that they are called derp traps, it's so stupid. Dragon Whisker's KO effect is also still doing a great job. There's another hidden path here, by the way. With a lot of foo bars. And also thank you for blocking, guys. Those mithril bubbles can be kind of annoying at times. We get Meteor. Whoa. Okay, we got a new spell. Who can use that one? Van can use Meteor, that's very interesting. Both here sadly cannot. Meteor is, I think, just comet, but yeah, area of effect. I'm not sure if Meteor is stronger or not. I kind of doubt it, but not sure about it. Nope. Nope. Okay, only one can use Meteor. Kind of a waste if you ask me, but sure, we can work with that. One is not the most magic proficient attacker in this, so I would much rather prefer to use his physical options, so I'm not gonna sure if I use, well, that was weird, like, did you see that? Not sure if I use Meteor or not. I mean, Sephiroth would be head over heels for that, but we're not Sephiroth, not even the right Final Fantasy game. So, yeah. Okay, I guess there could also be a treasure chest here, but no one spawned, too bad. Yeah, that means we are just moving on. I hope the fog is gonna subside. Yeah, okay. That's much less foggy. Froggy! No, foggy. Not froggy. Okay, Sep Trap is not too bad, Choking Gas is okay. Handkerchief, also nothing special. We are about to approach Nabudis, only this area is left. There's still some, like, pathways here that I need to look at though. Cross Scale, also outdated by this point. I'm not gonna use Cross Scale, guys. Also this random dragon over there, that was the biggest back enemy I've ever seen. Normally those guys are quite diminutive, but Randomizer makes it possible for those guys to grow. Let's check on this dragon. It's one of those shield rooms we've seen in Zero Restep. Luckily we have KO attacks on our side, so this guy should be, yeah, down pretty quickly. It wasn't even KO, we just dealt insane damage. Cameo Belt. Is that new? I don't think so. It is. When I take automatic counter with weapon in hand. Okay. For Pinello, interestingly. Okay. I will try to remember that, but probably will never use it. Yeah, and here we have it. Nabudis, let's go. Oh, new music. What is this music? I know this music, Ouch, yeah, I forgot. That scared me a little bit, yeah, I should have entered with float, I guess, Also, you can already see on the map our next hunt is right around the corner. Actually, let's switch out Bash. Do I have... I think both here is also trap proof, so let's move with him. Yeah. Of course, Redus is still moving into everything he sees. I like the music here, it's kind of mysterious. But I like that Redus steps into one trap and then gets cured and then steps into the next one. Also this guy, the Goliath hunt, is probably the most strangest hunt in the entire game, if you ask me, most random hunt. Because he's just standing around the corner here and he's another one of those golems. Like, Roblon was already a golem, I don't know. Like, I always find that pretty weird. He does not have, no, he does not have, you know what, reflect. Dude, I like the music here, it's very fitting of the area. A magic barrier, are you kidding me? And just as I casted it, just as the animation was over. Okay, for that reason I have like all my gambits ready, so this time you can just attack both here. Also, Penelo, you're gonna make it a little bit faster. You're gonna use Self Berserk. And shred him to pieces, guys. Oh, he's seeing good damage. Look at the damage. Wow. Oh, it's also gravity. Interesting. His magic is fairly strong, but nothing we can't handle. I really wish if I could dispel his protect, but I guess at this stage it's kind of pointless to do that. Nice combo. Penelo's just dishing out damage at a super high speed. I like that. Dude, for a second there I thought what was that, but it's like some kind of chanting in the music. Also, actually, I don't think I know this music. It must be from a Final Fantasy game I haven't played. And there we go. Nice. Okay, first hunt done here. There's another hunt here, the Death Scythe. But more on that later. Not Edelin Shear, Firaga, Thandaga, Comet. Guess you could do this and use Meteor. What's important about Meteor is the fact that it has area of effect, so that is something to consider. Also, you got annoyingly hit by virus, so let's get rid of this one. I'm not sure if that's the dead end. I think it is. Dude, where's this guy suddenly coming from? Like, the back enemy are used to great effect in this area, like doing jump scares or so, if you so want. Otherwise, we have the Elvo Red enemies. Also, nothing to really talk about. But one thing that's for sure is we want to kill a lot of enemies here. Since we need to kill a specific amount of enemies to make an Oversoul to spawn. And with that Oversoul, once we defeat 5 of those Oversouls, I think, a rare game spawns. So we need to make sure to defeat enemies here. The thing with the Oversoul enemy is also that it spawns after, like I said, a certain amount of defeated enemies. And those intervals always become smaller, and the gap becomes smaller. I think the first one is, I don't know, 50 enemies or so. I think that's a little bit high, maybe 20. And then the next one spawns after 15, let's say, and then the next one after 10, then it's 5, 3, and 2, and 1, and so on and so forth. That's actually kind of important to remember, especially if you are having a lot of trouble with this area, since knowing when those guys appears can prevent you from running into trouble when suddenly another enemy spawns and you already have your hands full with the other enemies. But I like that. In general, I think that this area is one of the best areas in the entire game. Like, the entire atmosphere with the destroyed castle and stuff is very great. Once again, the Ground Zero thing carries over wonderfully here. I like that a lot. I can also tell you at some point I did have a dream about this place. Actually, it was a dream about this place and the what is it called? That one castle in Final Fantasy V where you get these sealed weapons. I had a dream where those two locations were combined, and there was this very weird backyard with Melboros, and everything had this dystopian look to it. It was pretty cool in my opinion. I do remember that dream. And I think I also did fight Gilgamesh. Also our first Oversoul. Also, Oversouls are so annoying because they use Annul, which depletes all of your MP. Super annoying area for that reason. You want to take... You want to keep your MP in mind when you go through this. Also, another thing I like about this area is there's no safe crystal here. In the entire area, in the entire Necrohol, there's no safe crystal at all. Which makes this area very dangerous, especially in the PS2 version, since autosave does not exist in PS2. And like I think it also overall fits the style of this area, so everything's undead, so there shouldn't be really some kind of force of life here. The one in the Deadlands, in the Nabreus Deadlands, is actually the closest one to this area. That's something I highly enjoy. Nearly missed that one, but it's just a jade collar. Nothing too important, but still gonna pick that up. Another thing we want to do here is finding the Beknami shop, like some kind of special merchant in this place. Also, I quickly want to check where does Death Skies spawn again. I think he can be everywhere actually. Pinello, could you please hit one of my party members? I think the Death Skies can spawn in all of the Necrohol, but you need to have a party member with less than, let's just say 10% HP. Let's see if I can make it so that Pinello is... Never mind. But that doesn't spawn him, right? No, don't... okay. I can spawn him later, I guess. I'm not even sure if it is that area here, Hall of the Slumbering Might. Maybe it has to be Hall of the Ivory Covenant, which we are in right now. Common fish. Would you eat a fish here? I think not. It would be nice to get a map for this place. I need to defeat one of the bosses in order to obtain a map. But still, a map would be nice. Like, even though I know all the places pretty well, I still like to rely on a map. Also, this is the area with the rare game, right? And the elemental, yeah, must be. There's also a rare game in this area, but in order to spawn that rare game, we first off need to have a dark elemental here. That's another one of those super weird conditions to spawn an enemy. But yeah, we need a dark element in this place. Otherwise, I cannot trigger the enemy here. Also careful to avoid those traps. I should leave with Raiders, because Raiders I can control. Actually, let's do that. The other ones can just step through the traps all they like. They have respective organs that prevents damage from traps and stuff. What is this music? I need to figure out what the music for this place is. Oh, I get faith in this. Dude. And both you can even cast it. Wow. Okay, that's very good. I don't need to rely on auto faith anymore. This is brilliant. That's one of the like buffs I needed. Oh, please don't tell me it's only Balthier though. Okay. But that's good. He can cast faith on himself. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because he's also the one that wants to use magic. You know what? Van try time magic meteor. Only costs 30. No, never mind. He's berserked. Only costs 30. You know what? MP. Yeah, there are some interesting treasures in this place, by the way, and faith is one of them. Even though I'm not sure if that's normally also faith, I think that might actually be bravery. In that case, both spells would have swapped location. Not an essentially swap, but this place would have replaced its counterpart. Yeah, also you saw the door, I'm not gonna open that right now. I want to go through here first and then we do some... do the bosses. Also we got our second oversoul, so I think from here on out they spawn much faster. And do I want to go down or do I want to go up? I think I want to go down? Might be the wrong direction. I want to go into the dead end first, of course. I think I went, yeah, wrong direction, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, quick 180 then, and turn over here. I do not completely recall where the Backnemy shop guy is, but I should know overall. Why does he not attack? Okay. Weird. Yeah, never mind. I do know where that guy is. The Backnemy. Might actually be this area close of the Highborn. I remember the last time I played the game. It was actually a playthrough of Struggle for Freedom. Last time I played this game before this randomizer, and I did go for like the other location where the Backnemy shop guy can be, because they changed the location of the Backnemy shop in the Zodiac version. And I went to the location where he is in the original version. And obviously he isn't there in this version of the game. So yeah, I was desperately searching for that guy and then I remembered, oh yes, they moved that guy to a different location. Happens, I guess. Eye of the Hawk. Why do I not get the Eye of the Tiger? Awkward silent because I made a dumb joke, I know. Okay, Raiders is gonna get slaughtered here. Next hour, you can already tell that the Oversoul spawns much faster. I think the next one spawns after one enemy. Maybe yes, maybe no. Ah, not yet. Next one then. Here. Black ropes again, good. Nice that I bought them. I should check them out. I did get the black ropes, but okay, more strength is nice. Augment for fire and holy is interesting. But I think my stuff is currently better. It increases magic resist even more. Also gives good HP, nice. That is actually better than... Ooh, interesting. It is better than the Mirage Rest. You cannot equip it. Carabiner Mail, nope. Glimmering Ropes is better, but Mirage Rest is questionable. I think she also has... Oh, she loses a lot of MP. Strength doesn't matter because she has guns. Also Stone Shot. On hit oil again. On hit sleep. Silent Shot is new. I still think I keep Onion Shot. Would give you... I keep you as you are. But you have license gambits for Firaga, yeah. Might be strong if I use that in conjunction though. I keep that in mind. Nice design here with the windows and the subtle light. I like that. Okay, now the next Oversoul should spawn. After 3, yeah. Okay, and then the next one is the one after 1, I think. And Yeah, there we go. And after this one, after the also that spawns after one, the rare game spawns. There we go. It's one of those like weird horses here. Helvinek. Helvinek is a very interesting enemy. First of all, it's one of those enemies that has much more MP, HP than the game can depict. So we instead get Quint 5 here. And another very interesting thing about Helvinek is that Helvinek is important in the original version of the game to obtain the Grand Armor. You can farm the Grand Armor from this guy, which is also a super ridiculous and already annoyingly hard task. But yeah, there we go. Guy also respawns because he's not a trophy rare game. Okay, looks like we are done here. And you guys thought I missed the back enemy shop. Yeah, this guy is over here now. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Look at this guy. I'm not sure if he sells the good stuff right now. Same accessories. Oh yeah, he sells. Yeah, he sells ammunition. Ah. Okay, now we're talking. Element Earth. That could be pretty great because elemental shots are very good. Silent shot again, poison. Do I want to get some arrows? Element Shadow. Might be worth it, I guess. Parallel arrows do not have anything, any benefit. That's bad. Definitely get the Wormfire shot. Sure, can also get lead bolts and bamboo arrows. Otherwise he sells mods. He does not have the good stuff now. I think he gets that after you are done with the pharaohs. So we need to return here at some point. For now, let's just focus on like going through the rest of the location here. Both he is still doing a great job with this comet. And he is also very good at restoring MP, I think. Yeah, I think he gets more MP than he uses. Yeah, look at that. That's very good. That's very, very good. That's exactly what you want to do with your mages in Final Fantasy XII. Finding this kind of loophole, basically. There's another one of the portals we can open. I think that's the one that leads to Chaos. So we cannot actually open that one because we need to open the other ones first. Eye of the Hawk. Oh, well, there are the stairs that lead into the next area. I remember those stairs fondly because that's the location where you farm for the Grand Armor from Helvinek. And I did that in the base game, and it is every bit as annoying as you could imagine. Also, speaking of the base game, there is of course also the infamous Zodiac spear. I also get bravery in this, wow. But yeah, in this location there's also the, not this specific location here, but in the Necrohol, there's also the infamous Zodiac spear chest in the original game. Not in this version, and luckily not in this version, because having those forbidden chests sure was a thing. Like, I don't like that concept. But it is very nice that we also get bravery in this. Bravery, and that's so good. That is super good, actually. No one can cast it though. No, Ash can. Okay, Ash can, and Ash is an Ash can. Yeah. Okay, Ash is able to cast bravery. That's very good. Only one person that can use faith and only one that can use bravery. That's not good. I hope someone else can learn that stuff on their board. Actually, I could check that. After I defeat those guys, I will check that. Let's see. Abilities. Who fight magic. Oh, you cannot see who or who cannot learn that. I think that's not like the armor. Ah, that's not nice. Okay. Yeah, I need to take a careful look at the license spots then when I get the time again. And those Barbie enemies, by the way, are also very interesting. Those are like the earliest source, and I think also in general most reliable source of holy crystals in the base game. And holy crystals are needed for some interesting Bazaar goods. And there we have the last portal. I missed something. Yeah, over there. Protect. I also get protect. Finally, I get protect. Dude, I mean, I already have protect, which is better, but finally protect. Do you really get that much stuff in here? Wow, I do not recall that. Oh yeah, protect. Nice. Now everyone can cast protect, right? Except Bash. Bash cannot do anything. Poor Bash. Ash also not, but she can cast protect at least. Yeah, nice. I like that. I'm happy. Okay, I think it's only this area left and then like the next area. Which means we are almost done with exploring this place and then we can get down to business. Warp mode, huh? Warp mode is not really very interesting. Like the warp spell in general is not. I mean, I can try it. Don't even have warp, never mind. If you one-shot those back enemy, that's insane. Well, he has all his MP back, look at that. Like, he was at 100 something and he got all his MP back by pure casting, wow. Well, Thea is such a leading man, guys. Like, he does not even use MP when he casts Comet. Wow, so good. Dude, I wish he would have access to Meteor, that would be so nice. Cura mode, nope. White Mask, that's another one of the interesting things here. White Mask might also be a very strong piece of equipment in this randomizer. Let's see. White Mask, absorb Earth, weak to win. 51, not really good to be honest. I expected more, but okay. Okay, this should be the last area before we are done, before we have explored every area of Nabudis. Dude, right into my face the scarf there, that's not very nice. Back enemy are also interesting because they are enemies that actually have stuff equipped. So some of my augments see some use here. Like there's this one augment that like raises evade when like an enemy has a shield equipped. And those guys sure like to use a shield from time to time. Also Gelatinous, because I also think they use guns, I think. I think that's how it is. Interesting, Balthier deals... Do they have shell? No. Balthier deals 7,000 damage against the back enemy with Meteor, Comet, and against those guys it's only 5,000, yeah. Which hints at a very high difference between magic resist, I guess. So this location is the location where the back enemy Like over here, this location is the location where the Backnemy shop would normally be. Hermes Sandals is also something we have never gotten so far, yeah. And sleep again, Also Faker. Yeah, the Backnemy merchant is in one of those corners here in the original PS2 version. But not here, he's in the other location. But yeah, almost done here. Yeah. Now he's also doing 5,000 damage, that is weird. I was pretty sure that he dealt 7,000 damage to one Backnemy once. Might have been like some special occasion or so. I doubt that the meteor comet can do critical hits. That would be very interesting. But I don't think it can do that because it's a magic. Nope. There's no chest here? Oh, come on. Maybe I was just not lucky enough. And yeah, this is the final section here. Those pairs of corridors here. And KO once again doing wonderful work here. Sadly about this place is that Raiders is not gonna like it. There are many traps here. But hey, Raiders did manage to not just waltz into them. Very good. Also, speaking of Raiders, I should lead with Raiders. Oh yeah, here, and we are back outside again. Welcome back to the Sully cupboard. And yeah, that's the path I originally wanted to take to trigger the Medallion side quest. Yeah, we've been through all of Nabudis by now, which means in the next episode we can try to get, first of all, Death Scythe, and otherwise the bosses and the Esper here. It's gonna be exciting, but yeah, that's it for now. In any case, I once again hope you enjoyed the episode. And of course, as always, after I take out that Backnemy, and yeah, of course, as always, yeah, thank you all for watching, and take care, and goodbye.